Hello and welcome back, and if you're new here, thanks for joining us. Today we're going to be doing two different videos on the i30N. I'm going to be filming the RS3 brake ducts and the RPM Performance wishbone braces. In another video we're going to be doing the black rear lower engine mount bushes. And don't forget to check out our forge induction kit video that we did the other day. And first we're going to be doing the Powerflex rear lower engine mount, so if you want to see how to do that, stay tuned and I'll show you very shortly. So looking under the car, here is the engine mount. This nut on the left hand side of the screen here is a 17mm, and then there's two at the back of the engine mount and they are 14s. So just crack this off with a torque wrench and this bit of plastic on the under tray here. You can bend it up to get leverage. So we've just cracked this off. Going to crack these two bolts off now, then we can take the engine mount off, fit the bush on, put it back in. So now the engine mount's off, we've got the one bolt at the end, which is a 14mm. So we're just going to gun it off. So I've just put the mount back together so you can see there's a little locator there where it locks the bolt through. So that just comes out. Then you've got the bolt. There's a little plate on the top, goes underneath the bolt. One bush. The collar in the middle. And then the other bush there. So let's put it back together. Just going to put a little bit of grease around there. And the new Powerflex bush, the first one. A little bit of grease around there so it slides on easier. All the way down so it sits in the notch. So as you can see from this still now, the first time I was putting the engine mount back together, I did put that metal plate on the correct way. I then thought it looked wrong, took it off and put it on the other way round, which is the wrong way. When we went to put it back on the car, it didn't quite go on properly. We put it all back together. We then took the engine mount off, put it all back together with a plate the other way around that I did in the first place, and I'm going to insert a clip now to show you properly so you've got more of a detail, but just so you know, this is the wrong way that you're watching now. So as you're looking at the engine mount, this collar here, we've just done the video of putting it all together and putting it in the car, so the rest of it you can still follow the tutorial, but just make sure that this plate is facing with the shorter bit goes into the actual back of the engine. So we had it the other way around in the video, so it needs to be this way around. Everything else is still exactly the same, just make sure that way is right, otherwise you won't be able to get the actual engine mount in. We put it all together and then realised afterwards it was the wrong way around, so just make sure that it's this way as you're looking at it in the picture. Plate can go back on. Bit more grease. Then the other bush. Then the plate. Then the bolt. And then just in that little gap, little plate can go back in. Then the nut can go up. So now we can just do the bolt back up. Doesn't have to be overly tight, just to make sure it doesn't move around, as you want a little bit of movement to a certain degree. So now the mount can go back in. This slot here where you can see the bolt sticking out needs to be facing upwards as you put it back in. So that end in first. So you can see in this picture where the white line is where the bolt should be going through the engine mount, and obviously the mount is sitting further back from where it should be. The collar that's got the arrow on it should be inside the actual subframe, so that metal plate needs to be switched around and then all these things sit into place properly. Right, so I'm going to put the same mount tray for both videos because this was like a combined mod that I'm doing basically with the wishbone braces and with the Powerflex engine mount insert. I've just gone around the block with both of them in, and you can feel there's a lot less flex in the wishbones, and especially from going for the Black Series Powerflex engine mount, it's just so much better now. It's so much stiffer. I've found beforehand, changing from first to second gear, there was quite a lot of engine rock and like swaying the engine and just generally going around corners and stuff like that. It's a lot stiffer now, going around corners, going over bumps and just accelerating and braking and stuff like that. I'd say both those combined is pretty much under £100 or thereabouts. So both of those combined is a really good setup for the steering and obviously for cornering and stuff like that. So I hope you've enjoyed both of these videos. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. There will be more mods coming. Just need to wait and get some more money, obviously all these Christmas presents. But hopefully see you all at car meets or some track days in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.